just finished season 20, episode 1 of Sister Wives. And I feel like we saw the entire episode in the sneak peeks, but I want to call out just some of the editing, which has always been there, which is that Kody will say something or Robin will say something especially, and then they'll cut to an image that seems to refute their point, but you miss it if you're not looking for it. This has been going on for a while, but in this case, this is when Kody says, Janelle left all this stuff on the property and I have to clean it up and I'm not going to do it because they haven't been nice. And they cut to this picture of the property. And as near as I can tell, this is like the pad for Janelle, which there's no problem leaving that. And then it's 2 trailers, which last time he was there with the real estate agent, he was like, these are the remnants of my failed business. So like, this is the junk. What about this and this and this? And earlier in the episode, they show him cutting down trees and there's all these felled trees on the property. And so I feel like this clip, showing this particular clip, is really emphasizing there's not a mess on Coyote Pass. There's not. He's making it up. And Mary even says, and then right after he says it, Mary's like, I think he's just making excuses. And that's true. He's making excuses for why he shouldn't have to sell the property. He's trying to control the property. He knows that those two wives left with 0 assets. He cleaned out the bank account. Mary has the B&B, which was 100% hers all the way through. And I'm sure he resents that. I'm sure that I'm actually surprised he hasn't talked about how, she used family money to pay the mortgage on it or something like that. And he did complain that Janelle left with a business that they helped build, which I assume is the Thrive MLM. And they didn't, and Christine in her book talked about how she thought they were saving all this money because she only got certain amounts in and she only recently found out that the money was just disappearing and going away and all of that. Anyway, it cracks me up that he's trying to do this. And I'm really curious to see how the season progresses. The context of Robin's thing about how I'm not going to sell Coyote Pass until it's fair. Because there's 2 options. One, she's talking about fair to Janelle and Mary, which I don't believe she's actually doing, but I think she would say to try to look good on camera. And then 2, that she's talking about like that somehow they've taken advantage of Kody and Robin. In which case I will be laughing all the way through all of my recaps because that's